All right, I will show you a couple upgrades I did to this old sandblasting cabinet. I found this behind a factory where not far from where I live. I had to bug the guy to basically give it to me. He told me to come back a couple times. You know, he said he wasn't sure what he's doing with it at first. Then after I don't know, many months of bugging him, showing up probably once a month, he finally gave it to me. It's a big ass one. It had all these, it was like a high pressure one. I don't know. It was just way too over engineered. It's really nice, but I had a much smaller one from Harbor Freight, and it worked good for what I was doing, but I just really couldn't get really large parts in there, like truck rims and stuff like I wanted to. So I got this big old thing. Did a couple modifications. Show you what I did here. First thing, I put better lighting in there. I put a switch on there. So obviously, that's the lights right there. That's the filter. Basically, that just I ended up drilling a hole in the back. It didn't have that before. I drilled a 6-inch hole with a metal saw right there. Drilled it, piped it into the existing fan, the blower. So the blower actually sucks the air from there, and it blows it outside. I have a vent in the wall, blows it out. So it has a filter in there, and I mean, I was thinking about just kind of removing the filter. It's this big old gaudy thing. I don't know if I can show you here. Yeah, not really. It's has a filter back there. So, supposed to filter it and just throw it into the air here in the shop or in the barn. But I don't really like that because I'm sure the filter doesn't pick up everything, and you know, really fine particles of dust or whatever the hell this glass bead stuff is. I'm sure it's not good for you. So what I did was, when I got it, it didn't have this. This is just some angle iron from a bed frame. I love getting bed frames from by the side of the road. Everybody's throwing them out, and it's very strong angle iron. So I bought this. I paid like 40 bucks for 4x8 sheet of this stuff from a metal shop not far from here. Just welded up a metal frame. I just had some scrap metal laying around. Welded up the platform, which doesn't really matter to you guys how I actually got this going. But I ended up going where I live in Wisconsin. We have something called Fleet Farm. It's different from Farm and Fleet. It's a little bit better than Farm and Fleet, which we also have here, but it's called Fleet Farm. And this is a King something sandblaster nozzle. So it originally did have a handle right here that you push down and, you know, just let the air flow through, but it was kind of restricting. It didn't really have a lot of airflow. So I ended up removing all the guts. And so it's just a pass through that goes straight on through here, goes through, and I remove that, and I just put a grease fitting in there because it already fit. I should actually get the right thing, but it seems to work. So, you know, it's a high volume sandblasting thing, but I'll show you how the mechanism actually works, a foot pedal, in a minute. But main reason why I'm making this video is a couple modifications here. Is this screen, it's a pain in the ass because you always have to make sure all of your, whatever you're sandblasting is really clean. Because you get all this stuff, you know, all the crap into the sand, and it starts clogging up stuff. So I end up getting some of these binders, just these little metal paper binders. Drilled a bunch of holes. You can see where I drew a straight line there with a straight edge. Drilled some holes, attached some washers, and you can see this is just a piece of screen, metal screen. You don't want to use the fiber, whatever it's called. Metal screen in there, and those clamps grab a hold of that screen. So anything that makes it through here falls into here, and this catches it. And it, you know, it doesn't go through to the sand. So every once in a while, when it gets really bad like this, I'll lift this up, take a shot back, and suck it all out. So it really helps out. It saves a lot of hassle of having to clean the nozzle and, you know, put your finger over the nozzle and push down the pedal to shoot the air back through there, and then you just suck it back up again. You put this in here, and it catches everything. So it's really nice. You can see all the sand down there. There are still some particles down there, but if they passed through the screen, they're going to pass through the nozzle. So they end up getting recirculated through the sand and get ground up, you know, sandblasted and finer until they're just pretty much nothing. So this was a big game changer. When I put that screen underneath the main platform here, it really helped out. I just kind of have this propped up right now just so you can see what the hell's going on. But yeah, so it's great. I ended up drilling a hole with a hole saw and split some tubing, put that through there. That's great. So let me show you here how the foot pedal works. I have crap everywhere. So this is just a cheap Amazon foot pedal. It's pneumatic, so it have 1/4 inch plastic lines. You see that it goes through. But obviously this line, this 1/4 inch line, is not enough airflow to run that sandblaster, the nozzle. So I tied that into this existing valve here. That valve, it came with the sandblaster. So when you have air, 120 shop air, runs right on through here, comes right out that one line right there and goes out to the foot pedal. And when I hit the pedal, it sends air to the top right here. And this is I think it's a 3/4, yeah, it looks like a 3/4 inch or 1 inch tube right there. It actually opens that pneumatic valve right there. So the small 1/4 inch line sends air into the pneumatic valve and opens it, and you get all the airflow through there. You think you have a 3/4 inch or 1 inch pipe, a valve right there that opens, and it has more than enough volume to run it. And I like to run hydraulic hoses for everything because they never leak. It's regular NPT. It's a 1/2 inch NPT thread. So you see that it's my homemade air dryer. I'm not even gonna make a video about that, but I run hydraulic lines for everything because the stuff never breaks. It's made for high temperatures and high pressure and everything else. So it's great. I have 2 compressors here. This is the main one that kicks on. Set at 120. That's set at 125. Or no, actually, no. 110 maybe. So when the pressure starts building or dropping down from this one kicks on. So it maintains the pressure. So, but yeah, that is the modifications I did to this old sandblasting cabinet. It's great. Makes a huge difference. You can just sandblast all day long. When it's really cold, it's February now. When it's cold, these Amazon rubber gloves end up getting really stiff and kind of hard to work with. But yeah, and you can see that how well it works, or how well you can really see, but I don't know what the heck I'm saying. But this right here, so this is another thing here. I don't know where the other magnet is. This is just some film I got at the hardware store. I don't even know what it's for. It's some clear film. And so instead of sandblasting your glass all the time and replace the glass, I just have some magnets holding the film in place, and the sand will sandblast this and you just replace that every once in a while instead of replacing the glass. Works really well. A little protector. So that's pretty much it. I gotta put this back down, start sandblasting. I gotta suck all that out first, but yep, that's pretty much it. You put that piece of screen down there, catch all the crap before it goes down. It's gonna make a big difference for you.